I always get the question on how do I decide what sessions to trade. So I trade Forex and crypto futures. I can trade everything, but on the Forex side, because the crypto future side is 24/7, I mean I don't really have a schedule because to me it's always about the setup. It's not necessarily where like about the session, if that makes sense. Because just think about it. I've said it before. Asian session is the preview of US session, and then London session is typically the pullback session. So that's keeping that in mind, it's kind of like it just kind of keeps me aligned. But at the same time, if the setup is given the entry in Asian, I don't mind executing. If the setup is given the entry in London session, I'm gonna be suspect, but I don't mind executing because you gotta understand that fundamentals is playing another part that that we might not see because we don't have no government officials in our pocket. Not yet, at least yet. So it's like we kind of got to take what we can get. So how do you say? I guess my advantage in this market is going to be technical analysis because I need to see the setup and I understand the setup that I'm looking for. Then it don't matter to me what session the setup is in, if that makes sense. And then keep in mind right now it's like what time is it? It's 1:30 in the morning, right? There's some seasons you gonna catch me up in for London session, and there's some seasons that I'm up all the time, and then there's some seasons that well, shit, I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock and waking up for US session. Sometimes waking up at 5 a.m. Sometimes I'm waking up like well shit, I'm technically up for London and US because I get up at 11 and we be executing for US session too. We just enter later in the US session. So it just all depends on I guess who you are. You know what I'm talking about? I could talk all day about who I am as a trader, but I don't think it matters about sessions. It matters for the options traders because they can't necessarily execute, if I remember right, outside of US session. They have to be in that session. But me as a trader that typically intraday swings, if it give me 20,000 in a couple of hours, I take it. But if it don't, I'm gonna hold it as long as it take. That's where my perspective is because I have to hold it as long as it take. I'm not in the habit of scalp, scalp, scalp because that's always gonna force me to come back to the market. And the market trading, people understand it's like a high paid 9 to 5. Eventually, at some point, you're not gonna wanna. You're gonna be me. You wanna wake up at fucking noon. You're gonna wake up at 1 o'clock. You might not want to do shit that day. You might look at charts at 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. You know what I'm talking about? But I look at charts all the time. I enjoy doing it. I don't have no issue looking at charts, but it's actually what I like to do. I wake up doing it. I'll look at charts and then go take my dogs out and then see what my dog doing. So I mean, it just all depends. The setup matters to me way more than the session, and then. Shit, people be getting their panties in a bunch of shit with me like, I want to trade US session. Bitch, you can. You can do whatever the fuck you put your mind to if you learn the skill set. But if you don't know the skill set and my ass wake up at 1 o'clock and then I execute at 1:30, then bitch, we execute at 1:30. I don't know. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm not even doing that. I can execute the same day, but I excel in being in the trade and spamming it, because that's what it is. Or I ain't even got to spam it. I got the option to spam it, but I don't have to spam it. But either way, I need that money working for me 24/7 because the money's supposed to be working. I ain't supposed to be working. I'm supposed to be asleep because I'm supposed to have entries in the market anyway. Because guess what? If I don't have entries in the market, if I do not have entries in the market and I wake up late, or if I'm doing something, or if I'm at the hospital, or I'm at the grocery store, or some shit happen, I get pulled over and I miss my fucking entry and I ain't got no entries already there for me, then I'm gonna be trying to overtrade, trying to catch the shit I miss. But because I'm always in the market, like I said, we've been in trades in the signals for a week and a half, 2 weeks. That shit boring to people because it's boring because they don't know how to hold it anyway. It shouldn't be boring. You should be an emotional wherefore. What the fuck you bored at? Don't be an emotional wherefore though. But it's like if I'm putting my goddamn name on the line to the whole world, I could turn 100 into 150K. Or I'm gonna pay 1,000. Paying 1,000 to somebody gonna be cool because she paid 1,000 to somebody. I get niggas money all the time and they don't even appreciate it, so it don't matter. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna be like a stupid ass idiot if I don't turn this account to 150K. So you think I'm just gonna sit here and tell the internet I'm gonna turn someone to 150K and then not be able to? Ain't nobody gonna fucking never work with me again. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just like I understand what kind of value I bring into the marketplace. I know what the fuck I say and what I don't say to the people. You know what I'm talking about? So I can teach how to trade. I can show you what the fuck I do because I got a lot of free time. I ain't worked a job since I was 24. But I can tell you what's important to me and you gonna agree or disagree, but it don't change shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because eventually if you want my results and I'm showing back offices and shit, you see, I'm showing my results. If I'm showing my results and you want what I want, you gotta do what I do. Therefore, you gotta get stronger. I can't get weaker. That don't make no sense. You see how I said in that perspective? That's a perspective I guess a lot of people don't think about though. So if you want to do what I do, and it's hard for you. We all go through hard shit. I'm doing different hard shit though. The financial freedom side of my life pretty much figured out. Everybody can use my money though, but that's not the warfare for me. My warfare is fucking other shit. Other shit, life shit, I'm talking about like understanding who I am now in this world, not keeping the family secret and shit like that. So just understand who you are, what your goal is, because I'm gonna tell you all day and night that I'm an intraday swing trader. I'm really not a scalper. And sometimes I want to hold trades for weeks at a time. Like we've been in this trade for weeks at a time. And sometimes we blow our account going in 3 weeks. That shit annoying, but can't do nothing about it. That's what we gotta do. Because guess what? Sometimes people gonna make $1 million in 3 weeks. I done had friends do it before with $3,000 account. Sometimes you're gonna make 300,000 in 2 weeks. Sometimes you're gonna make $100. It just depends on what you are and what you risk. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm gonna trade confidently. I'm never gonna go into no trade half-ass because history repeats itself until it don't. So it's not guaranteed that I'm gonna get these entries again. But if it give it, it's like, yeah, we could just enter it again. But then when it don't, it's like I wish I was down there. Yes, nigga, you wish you was down there. I get it. But I'm finna do it. I know how to execute. And I'm gonna stick to the plan because I done made too much money not to stick to the plan. When the whole world against you, who for you? God in this market. That's what I'm at. So at the end of the day, just want more for yourself and be willing to challenge yourself because that's all that matters at the end of the day. And when shit get hard, you go take a fucking shower and cry and yeah, you could break something if you want. It's gonna cost money if you break something. I don't break shit no more. Cry, yell, be aggravated, but this fucking market not going nowhere and eventually you gonna have to learn it anyway. So just get that shit out your system and stop fucking complaining because none of that shit matter.